Good morning and welcome to yet another live episode with 𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐧 Academy. I hope that you all are doing great and it's raining outside everywhere if you're in your home state. Hope you're all safe and your practice sessions are going on well. Being a Tuesday today, we are going to go forward with our listening Acuity live. Like every Tuesday, we handle our listening module. So today also, we are going to deal with a few questions from a particular section when it comes to a listening module. So, like I have repeated a many number of times, that practice is something which leads you to a good band, whichever module, be it the writing, be it the speaking, reading, or the listening. So, when it comes to majority of the candidates, writing and speaking is something it's very complicated for them, and then followed by reading, and towards the end is listening. To somewhere, if practice is not given for your listening module, the band can be affected. So even though you may not practice rigorously for the listening module as you do for the writing, speaking, or the reading, but then you have to take care of the type of questions, how you handle your questions, the different kinds of videos, different kinds of accents, and how you are going to approach different kind of question. So we have been doing this from the past a few sessions. We are discussing different kinds of questions, the major questions which are there in your listening module, right? So we are taking a particular test paper from Cambridge, IELTS Cambridge, and then we are discussing one section each day. So listening has got 4 sections. I have told this numerous times, but then let me just tell you once again, because if anybody is listening to me for the first time, it is for them. Listening, it has 4 sections: section 1, section 2, 3, and 4. And section 1 and 2 is the content is generally general, and 3 and 4 is academic, because listening is the same for both academic and general candidates, right? So there are almost 10 different kinds of question when it comes to listening, and some of the questions sound similar to reading. They sound similar to reading, but they are a bit different, right? Like for maybe a sentence completion, a note completion, MCQ, a summary completion, a map label, a diagram label, and so on. The question names, they sound similar, but then the approach you accept and how you deal with those questions is a bit different. There's a thin line of difference which you have to take care of. Okay. So today also we are going to listen to an audio first, audio clip. Okay. With that, the questions will be displayed, and then you have to try to answer those questions, and then once the audio clip is completed, we'll come to the question set, and then we will evaluate each answer with a justification, that why is this answer this for this particular blank. Okay. So we have taken some questions from section 1 today, because last week you completed a set of questions from section 1 to 4. So we have taken section 1 today from a particular test. So before going to the questions, the audios will be played now the audio will be played in a couple of minutes. Listen to it very carefully, try to answer the questions, and then let's come back to the set of questions. So the audio clip, please.
Test 4. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Section 1. You will hear a man telephoning to ask about a job in a hotel. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hello, West Bay Hotel. Can I help you?
Oh, good morning. I'm ringing about your advertisement in the Evening Gazette.
Is that the one for temporary staff?
That's right.
The advertisement is for temporary staff, so temporary has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Hello, 𝐻𝐵 Hotel. Can I help you?
Oh, good morning. I'm ringing about your advertisement in the Evening Gazette.
Is that the one for temporary staff?
That's right.
Yes, I'm afraid the person who's dealing with that isn't in today, but I can give you the main details if you like.
Yes, please. Could you tell me what kind of staff you're looking for?
We're looking for waiters at the moment. There was one post for a cook, but that's already been taken.
Oh, right. What are the hours of work?
There are 2 different shifts. There is a day shift from 7 to 2 and a late shift from 4 till 11.
And can people choose which one they want to do?
Not normally, because everyone would choose the day shift, I suppose. You alternate from one week to another.
OK, I'm just writing all this down. What about time off?
You get 1 day off, and I think you can negotiate which one you want. It's more or less up to you, but it has to be the same one every week.
Do you know what the rates of pay are?
Yes, I've got them here. You get £5.50 an hour, and that includes a break.
Do I have to go home to eat, or...?
You don't have to. You can get a meal in the hotel if you want to, and there's no charge for it, so you might as well.
Oh, good. Yes, so let's see. I get £231 a week.
You'd also get tips. Our guests tend to be quite generous.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
Is there a uniform? What about clothes?
Yes, I forgot to mention that. You need to wear a white shirt, just a plain one, and dark trousers. You know, not green or anything like that. And we don't supply those.
That's OK, I've got trousers. I just have to buy a couple of shirts. What about anything else? Do I need a waistcoat or anything?
You have to wear a jacket, but the hotel lends you that.
I see. One last thing. I don't know what the starting date is.
Just a minute. I think it's sometime around the end of June. Yes, the 28th, in time for the summer.
That's great. I'm available from the 10th.
Oh, good. Well, if you can call again, you need to speak to the service manager. Her name's Jane Irwin. That's URWIN. And she'll probably arrange to meet you.
OK. And when's the best time to ring?
Could you call tomorrow? She usually starts checking the rooms at midday, so before then if you can, so she'll have more time to chat. I'll just give you her number because she's got a direct line.
Thanks.
It's 832-009.
823-009.
No, 832.
Oh, OK. Yes, I'll do that.
And by the way, she will ask you for a reference, so you might like to be thinking about that. You know, just someone who knows you and can vouch for you.
Yes, no problem. Well, thanks very much for your help.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, so that was the audio clip, which you just listen now along with the questions displayed on the screen, right? So now I hope that you tried to answer the questions, because it was not that difficult set of questions. It is section 1. Like I always say that as the sections progress, the difficulty of the level increases to an extent. That doesn't make it too difficult for you, right? So section 1 generally is a conversation. section 2 is a monologue, section 3 again is a conversation, and section 4 is a monologue, depending upon the content. So this was a conversation which was taken place between two people. So now let's go to the questions. We will see the questions now, and then after that we will discuss the answers and evaluate the same with proper justification why that particular answer is in that particular blank. So let's go to the set of questions. So now this is taken from, as you can see, it is from section 1, questions 1 to 10, right? So it has got particular instructions, and you can see the type of question. It says complete the notes below. It is only one type of questions from section 10, so question number 1 to 10. All the questions are note completion questions. So now note completion question is one of the kind of common, you can say very common kind of question when it comes to listening. You can see note completion kind of question in almost all the question sheets, and sometimes multiple times in different sections, right? So that is a very common question. Now what is a note completion? For example, when I say that I'm taking down notes means I'm writing down important points of maybe a conversation I'm hearing, or maybe something written down somewhere, right? That means I'm writing down the necessary and the important point. That is called as notes. So what happens here is the same. You hear an audio clip, right now when you heard an audio clip, from out of that they have taken down 10 important things, 10 important points, and written down as one by one as particular statements with some blanks in them. Your duty is to fill up those blanks by listening to the audio. That is what you're doing, right? So before the audio plays in front of you, you will be able to see the questions. So when you get the question, there are some things which you get 20-25 seconds before the audio clip plays in front of to your ears, right? So you have to you have to utilize that 20 seconds which you get, and that is when you go through the questions and you follow a certain pattern so that it becomes easy for you when you listen to the audio clip. This is to be followed for all kind of questions, not only this, right? So what do you have to do? A couple of things I'll tell you now. First thing is that you have to take care of the instructions, whatever the instructions they have mentioned over here. Now in this particular question, they say first they are telling question 1 to 10. That means you have to answer 10 questions from section 1. Then say the type of question is complete the notes below. So this is a note completion kind of question, right? So that you understood. Next comes the instruction about the word limit, right? Because you have to fill up some blanks, you need to know how many words you have to fill in the blanks with. So it says write no more than 2 words, okay? Doesn't end there. 2 words and or a number. This is what the word limit instruction says, which you have to take care of, because you have to follow this. It's mandatory. If you don't follow this, that means even if your answer is right, you will not get the marks. Specifically when they say your answer in each blank should not be more than 2 words and or a number, that means your answers for each blank can be either 2 words, right? Or it can be 2 words and a number, or it can be number. So that is the choice you have. You cannot write 3 words along with a number. It's not more than 2 words. That means you have to write only 2 words and with a number. You can write three answers, 3 words there, but in that 2 words and 1 will be a number, which will be a numeric figure. You cannot write that number in word format. That is what they say. So not more than 2 words and a number, or just a number. That is what they are telling. So you have to follow these instructions very thoroughly. That is the second thing you do. Next comes your questions. So which always a title. So look at the title of the note completion which is given to you, which is important. So take care. Here it says 𝐻𝐵 Hotel, details of job. So you're looking, the 𝐻𝐵 Hotel is a noun, definitely that is mentioned in the audio view. But what are you looking connected to 𝐻𝐵 Hotel? You're looking for the details of a job. That means your whole note is referring in terms of particular details of a job. When you are looking for a job, what are the details connected to it? That is what the whole note is telling you. So that will become easy for you to focus on. When you focus on the audio, that means you're looking for all the minute details connected to that job which is mentioned in the audio, right? Then here you can see that they have given you an answer, a sample answer. Yeah, they have solved an example here. Like they have given a note which says newspaper Edward for dash staff. So the answer is temporary, which you listen to the audio, you must have come to know about. It's an example. They're telling what you have to do, how you have to solve the questions. And then comes the number of questions, right? The 10 statements with a blank in each, right? So what you have to do next is you have to mark the keywords, because again this becomes easy for you when you go to the audio. Better you not go blank to the audio. You need to know what you're looking for. So each out of these 10 statements, mark some keywords which you feel like you will be able to track easily in the audio when you listen to the audio, right? So sometimes it helps you guess the answers of the blank. Like for example, you can say here vacancies for. Now what are you looking for? You're looking for the vacancies, something, okay, vacancies. That means the vacancies which are available for maybe some particular kind of vacancy, right? Then says 2 shifts, which is already given. You don't have to look anything for there. Then it says 2 shifts mentioned. It is subtitle. The main title was looking for job titles. You will also have some subtitles which will help you to get the information very quick. So 2 shifts, you can choose your dash, what may be something connected to the shift, right? Then it says a number which you have to pay per hour, including a dash. What is including this 550 per hour, this pound 550 per hour? Then it says a dash is provided in the hotel, some provision. So it is provided, which you have to mark, right? Total weekly pay is an amount which is given. After that it says dress. So this is again a keyword. That means you're looking for the outfit, the dress, the costume, or whatever it is. A white shirt, and then what? Trousers. What maybe the color of the trousers, like they have given for the white color of the shirt, similar to something. So you can guess it there. Then not supplied, and a dash is supplied. Something which is not supplied is a trouser, and something which is supplied is which you have to fill in with the color of the other thing, and this is the name. Starting date, definitely this is going to be a number because you're looking for a date. That means it is going to be a number. So be alert with that. Call Jane dash the service manager. So maybe call Jane the service manager. Maybe Jane is the last name. Jane what? Maybe you're looking for the last name. So the moment you hear Jane, be focused to listen to a last name, because names are something which is a noun. So pronunciation differs. We have what they pronounce, maybe not we are able to spell the same, okay, because when it is accented video, so their sound of some alphabets are different from what we as neutral speakers speak, right, or utter. Before dash, tomorrow, then a telephone number is given. She will require a dash. She will require something from you. That is Jane. She is Jane. The pronoun is for Jane. She will require something from you. What is that? You have to say. So this is how you take the 20 seconds. This much time you will not get, but quickly you have to just go through these things in the 20 seconds, and then you have to go to the audio clip. That is the correct way of getting the answers, right? Okay. Now coming to the questions. Now it's a note completion like we did. We identified all the things. First question, the first blank is vacancies for dash. Now it's already given that it's a newspaper advertisement for a temporary staff. It's already given. So we look for that. Then what we are looking for is vacancies for something. Maybe it's a particular post, definitely, because it's a vacancy. So we have to know what post is that, right? It's already given it's a temporary staff. Now what is the temporary staff post? What we are looking for. So let's go to the audio script, because audio clip is already played. So now we have to go to the audio script and check if our answers are correct or not. Like I told, it's a conversation between a woman and a man, right? Somebody who is calling regarding an advertisement which he has seen in a newspaper. So let's see. It's the woman who takes up the call and says, hello, 𝐉𝐨 Hotel, can I help you? So that is what the title says, 𝐉𝐨 Hotel, staff job details. Man, oh, good morning. I'm ringing about your advertisement in the Evening Gazette, right? That's the newspaper's name. Is that the one for temporary staff? The woman asks. So this is already mentioned. Now this is an advertisement in the Evening Gazette. What was the advertisement it got? It was, is that the one for the temporary staff? The answer is that's right. That means that's why the answer in the example says advertisement, newspaper advert for temporary staff. Advert is a short form for advertisement. Advertisement is also known as advert or ad, which we say. So that is temporary staff, right? Okay, that's right. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm afraid. The woman says, yes, I'm afraid. The person who is dealing with that isn't in today. But I can give you the main details if you like. So now this is the job which they are looking for. as a temporary staff, but the post is not yet revealed. So this is, but I can give you the main details. So this is the job details. So what we're looking for, if you like. Yes, please. The man says, could you tell me what kind of staff you're looking for? What kind of staff? It's a temporary staff, but what is the job profile like? What is the job posting for? Woman, we are looking for waiters at the moment. So the woman says that what are we looking for? The job posting is for what? It is for waiters. So that is the answer for your first blank, which says vacancies for what? It is for waiters. Right? That is what is mentioned here. Right? At the moment. There was one post for cook, but that's already been taken. So there is one more post which is mentioned there. That is a distractor. That is to confuse you. It says it's a post. The moment you hear the word post, if you're listening in a flow and somewhat you hear the word post, suddenly you say, this is a post. If you don't miss the next statement which says, but that's already taken. Been taken, that means already filled. It's already been filled, been taken, right? So the answer for that is waiters. Man, alright. What are the hours of work? So that means how many hours the particular person will have to work in that job posting. That is hours of work. Now we have got a statement here. It says, note here which says 2 shifts. There are 2 particular shifts already given. And he says, can choose your dash. Must be the same each week. This is something which you have to, must be the same each week. Something which you choose that will be the same each week. What is that? It can be a time, it can be something else, whatever it is. Let's see. There are 2 different shifts. It's already mentioned. 2 shifts, right? There's a day shift from 7 to 2 and a late shift from 4 till 11. But what we are looking for is you can choose it. Not specifically mentioned that you can choose the shift. That right now they're only telling that 2 shifts available. And it should be the same each week. So you can choose what? And can people choose which one they want to? So there's a word choose here. That means your choice. Does the staff have a choice to choose a shift? Not normally, right? That means it is not about the shift you have to mention there. Not normally, because everyone would choose the day shift. I suppose you alternate from one week to another. That means there's no choice when it comes to a shift which you're opting for. You go alternate. One week you're doing night shift, next week you're doing a day shift. So you go alternate. You cannot choose it because they have given the reason. Okay. So that means that is not about the shift, right? Okay. I'm just writing all this down. What about the time off? So next thing they're asking about is the time off. That means when will you get an off day? When is your off day? You get 1 day off. That means you get 1 day off, right? That is specifically mentioned there. One day off. And I think you can negotiate which one you want. It's more or less up to you. You can negotiate means somewhere negotiation happens like kind of a bargain. That means when you discuss, if you want something, you tell it to the concerned authority or the people or whoever they are, and then they will give you the permission. Okay, go with your choice. Negotiation, that means somewhere you can present your demands and you can get it done. Negotiations can be done, like we say, conversation of bargaining, right? So you can negotiate which one you want. That means you have a choice to choose which one you want. It's more or less up to you. That means it is up to you. You can decide. But it has to be the same one every week, right? So the moment you hear, you understand, because it's specifically mentioned in your questions that it should be must be the same each week. So what are they talking about? They're talking about a day off which you can choose, right? So choose your what? Your day off. That is the answer for the second one, which will be the same each week, right? Your option says, your instruction says not more than 2 words and a number. So you have written 2 words, that's fair enough. Next, what are we looking for is pay $5.50 per hour, including a dash. You're paying $5.50 per hour for something, including a dash. Now what is that, right? So this is the amount which you have to look for when you have to hear for, right? So do you know what the rates of pay are? That means they're asking for the pay, what he or she will be paid, he will be paid. Do you know what the rates of pay are? Yes, I have got them there. Yes, I have got them here. You get 5.50 an hour, and that includes a break. So that means what is it? You get pound 5.50 an hour, which is already mentioned, and then they say include something, add it includes. Here it says break, including a break, right? So that is the answer for the third blank. Third note. Fourth note. A dash is provided in the hotel. So something is provided to you. Some provision, some facility. Some facilitation is done, something is given to you, some provision is done to you. What is that which is provided to you? Let's see what it is. Do you know? Okay, that's done. Do I have to go home to eat? Or, so he says, do I have to go home to eat? That means maybe he will have his lunch, dinner, or whatever, depending upon his shift. So the question is, should I go home to eat? You don't have to. That means you don't have to. You can get a meal in the hotel if you want to, and there's no charge for it, so you might as well. So that means the meal which you get is free of cost, right? The meal which you're getting at the hotel during your shift timings is free of cost. You can get a meal in the hotel if you want to. That's up to you. So it says what is provided to you? A meal. You can write here if you want a free meal, because you have got a choice of writing 2 words. So you can write a free meal is provided in the hotel depending upon the choice. So you can write here a free meal. Okay. So that completes a note 4. Next one is a note 5, wherein they have given total weekly pay. They have given an amount, £231. That is already mentioned. Then we'll come to the dress, the outfit or the uniform or the costume which they wear. What is it? White shirt is already given. Then we're looking for the trousers, most probably the color of the trousers, because the color of the shirt is given to you. So let's see what it says. Do you know what the rates of, okay, that is done, sorry. So, oh good, yes, so let's see. I would get 231 pounds a week. So that is already mentioned in your note, right? You'll also get tips, she says. Our guests tend to be quite generous. So that was a distractor. Regarding that, there's no information which we have to fill, right? We have to complete. Nothing is there, but it was a distractor. So distractors are somewhat breathers for you, because if at all, touch wood, you have lost the focus, you can come back to the audio clip, focus back to the audio. Or maybe if you want to fill some answers very quickly without losing the focus, you can do that when distractors come in between, right? Okay, so next, is there a uniform? The man asks. What about the clothes? So what do they wear as a uniform, as an outfit when they come to their jobs every day? Yes, I forgot to mention that. You need to wear a white shirt, which is already mentioned in your note. White shirt. Just a plain one. That is a characteristic about the white shirt, just a plain one. And dark trousers. So like I told, we are looking for the color of the trousers, most probably. So the trousers are what? Dark, not green or anything like that, and we don't supply those. Okay, so that is what you are telling. Here it's the dark trousers. So you can write here white shirt and dark trousers, which are not supplied specifically. They are telling there, which is not supplied by us, it won't be provided to you. That's okay, I have got trousers. I would just have to buy a couple of shirts. What about anything else? Do I need a waistcoat or anything? The next is waistcoat. Again, a noun is there, so you have to just check whether it's required, because you have a blank which says it is not supplied to you. That means something else is there, some item which is not supplied to the employee. Do I need a waistcoat or anything? You have to wear a jacket, but the hotel lends you that. Now, lends means something which you get not forever, but then you can borrow it from them, right? You can take it them for temporary basis, but it is given to you till you want to use it. So that means you have to wear a jacket, but the hotel lends you that. That means, see, it is specifically given there in the bracket, something which is supplied. That means here it is lends to you. They lend to you, right? So that means what is lent to you? That is a jacket, right? So trousers are not supplied, but the jackets are, even though it is lended to you, not for permanent basis, it's for temporary, but then it is supplied to you. So that completes the fifth and the sixth note information. Comes the seventh note which says starting date. Like I told, this is going to be a number definitely because we are writing a date there. So let's go to the part. Yes, one last thing the man says. I don't know what the starting date is. That means when is the job starting? If you're going selected, what is the starting date for the job? Just a minute. I think it's sometime around the end of June. So here, now they say it's the end of June, right? After that, they say yes, the 28th in time for the summer. So here specifically they are telling first the end of the June, then they are telling 28th of that particular month because 28th is towards the end, right? So end of the June is 28th June. So you can write there starting date is 28 June or June 28, however you want to write. See, you have got one word and a number, right? Next is call Jane. So there's a name here, Jane, and then they say a blank is there. So most probably Jane's last name will be there, service manager, before dash. Before, maybe again it's a date, or maybe it's a time, or maybe it's a day. Indumava. So let's see what is that. The thing we have to notice about Jane. That's great. I'm available from 10th. He's telling. I'm available from 10th. Oh, good. Well, if you can call again, you need to speak to the service manager. Her name's Jane Irwin. Now the word, the some of the names, how they pronounce, maybe the spellings, how we pronounce or we predict the spellings won't be correct. Now it says Irwin. So maybe if sometimes we can write ARWIN, right? But specifically some names which are very difficult, maybe it can have a multiple, the pronunciation can make you think of multiple spellings. In that case they utter the spelling. So be very careful to know that before writing down. Maybe you're so fast to write down the answer that you miss how they spell it. So give a couple of seconds whenever there is a name in your audio clip. After you listen to the name, listen, maybe they are spelling it out. The moment you hear Irwin, you're so busy writing down your answer that maybe you will miss out the spelling, you'll miss out you there, right? Because we are focused on writing. So whenever a name comes in your audio clip, give a couple of seconds, listen to it so that they may give you the spelling which will make easier for you. You don't have to think too much, you have to just write down that spelling. So here they specifically, she says her name's Jane Irwin, that's URWIN, and she will probably arrange to meet you. So the answer here is Jane Irwin, that is URWIN. This is the answer. She's a service manager, which is mentioned there. Now before what? And she'll probably arrange to meet you. Okay, and when's the best time to ring? To ring that girl, woman. Could you call tomorrow? The lady says. She usually starts checking the rooms at midday. So before then, if you can. So she will have more time to chat. I will just give you her number because she's got a direct line. So when she is available, that she normally starts checking the rooms. She's a service manager. That's her job at midday, right? This is your answer. That means the best time to call her is you can starting from midday. So you don't have any other option here. You cannot predict that after midday maybe I will call in the evening. No, it's specifically given there midday. So you can write there, right? Before midday, right? Or midday is also 12 p.m. She starts at 12 p.m. So either ways you can write it. Then comes the next blank, which says the information which says about the number, the phone number, the number that, oh, okay, yes, I will do that. And by the way, she adds something else. She will ask you for a reference. Now this is what, okay, reference means, generally reference means a sign or indication, right? That means you are asking, like if I say give me, there's a note here which says she will require, she will ask. When you require something, you ask. She asked you because it's required for her. So she requires what? It is a reference, right? She will ask you for a reference. That means reference is, that means something you ask as a sign or indication, or maybe she will ask you to give your reference of your previous jobs. Somebody who can authenticate. So you might be like thinking about that, like to be thinking about that. You know, just someone who knows you and can vouch for you, can take a guarantee of you, telling, authenticate you that you are a good person as an employee. Yes, no problem. Well, thanks very much for your help. You're welcome. Bye. Bye. That is where the conversation gets over. So the answer for this is what she will ask for, because she asked for reference, because she requires a reference. So you can write here reference. Okay, that will complete your 10th note information. Okay, so these are the 10 note blanks which we have filled. Not that difficult, since it is section 1. Section 1 is normally not that difficult. Being a conversation, it is easy to understand. Okay, so this is how you complete the note completion kind of questions, which is very common in listening sections, right? I hope that you're clear with this, right? Whatever answers have been justified. So that is where we end it here today. We are going to meet next week again with another listening set of questions, 10 questions from another section, most probably section 2. Till then, keep practicing. Have a nice day and keep yourself safe. Goodbye.